It's been hell. 6,907 days of hell. 18 years, 337 days. I shouldn't say that. Not one of those 6,907 days have I been without food to eat, clothes to wear, or a roof over my head. Not one of those 6,907 days have I been intentionally neglected or abused. But it's still been hell. Waking up, getting through day after day, sleeping, even Disneyland was hell. 6,907 days I've been alive, and I bet I've smiled at least once every day. But I'd still consider every single day hell. Why? Because being afraid of yourself makes you self-conscious, overthink, stress, worry, hesitate, and dread every single day. 6,769 days, I woke up shaking, scared, and unable to do simple tasks that everyone else seemed to do without giving it a second thought. Day 6,769, yes, I've been keeping track. June 2nd, 2017. I learned that there is a name behind why living has come with such hesitation and challenges for me. Agoraphobia. I woke up on day 6,769 and said, that's it. I can't live like this anymore. I needed to understand why me. So I did. I made the appointment that I should have made long before day 6,769. And the doctor said, you're afraid to live, but you're even more afraid to die. I kind of clued in for a second, and it felt like I just answered a math question that I hadn't been able to understand for weeks. So that makes you the lucky one. I didn't understand what he meant by lucky until my friend died of suicide the next day. You really do think everybody's got it all figured out? So he gave me 7 or 8 bottles of medications and said, we'll start you on a small dose and find what works for you. And that was the first time that someone ever said to me, don't worry, you'll be fine. Fine? I'll be fine when I figure out why I'm 18 and had to get my mom to book this appointment. I'll be fine when I graduate college and can stay in my room with the windows and doors locked and shut tight without my family nagging at me to go to school or study so I could ace the next test so they can brag to their friends and family and coworkers that I'm doing so good in school when I'm really struggling behind closed doors. I'll be fine when I can realize why bad things happen to good people or why my mom and dad separated so close to Christmas last year. I'll be fine when I'm strong enough to learn that it's okay to not be okay. So don't tell me that I'm fine. So I went home and I took the medications as directed, and I fell asleep within 5 minutes for the first time in 6,769 days. I woke up and wanted to sleep more. For a good 3 days, it was so great to be able to pop in one of those pills and fall asleep so fast for so long. But you can take a guess why I'm not on them anymore. Eventually, I realized that the anxiety medications were only going to create an addiction. And nobody at home is educated enough to lock them up in a cupboard somewhere because I'm 18 years old and I'm fine. So I told myself I wasn't going to use substances to help me take away something that God must have assumed I could handle on my own. I cried so hard for a few months I think my boyfriend thought I was dying. My mom learned pretty quick that if I wasn't in any kind of pain, there was something going on. So she educated herself on mental illness, on anxiety and depression, and now it's what are 5 things you can see, hear, feel, and touch at least once every day. Now I can get up in the morning because I could lie at the end of her bed that night just to know she was there. I picked up my guitar for the first time in a long time, and Mom came in and said the same thing she said when I was battling scarlet fever in the hospital. She said, "You wouldn't leave the stage in the middle of a song, so why would you leave this world in the middle of your life?" I tatted that on my left hip. It's now my second Christmas without both parents under my Christmas tree. But that feeling when someone's been gone for so long and you see them and you run to them, God gives me that feeling on repeat every time I see my dad. All it took was for my primary caregivers to educate themselves on mental illness to understand that it's okay to not be okay. November 20th, 2017 will mark 19 years, 6,935 days. It's been hell, but I'm doing fine. I needed a good long mental illness break to realize and remind myself that I'm okay and that it's okay to not be okay. So thanks, Ontario College Strike. You made one person happy.